but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here.
Drop the gloves. Think the first shift of the game for Grimson, and he and Probert are wrestling, and now Probert just muscling him to the ice. Gets in a couple of short right hands, Probert does. Grimson tries to answer. And now Probert got in another right. And Grimson got in a left. And then they're slugging it out, and Grimson and Probert are just working over one another. And Probert landing a couple of rights. Grimson tries to answer, and he does. And now Probert got in another right. And another one. And they're just standing there and toe-to-toe. Grimson and Probert, and finally they tumble to the ice. And they're separated. Well, Bob Probert and Stu Grimson in a battle of major heavyweight proportions there. It's 3-0 Hawks.
Lemieux, and they're going to go toe-to-toe now, those two big tough guys. Blue bingo for Probert. The bell's rung early for Probert, and down goes Grimson. Well, you're right. Probert really gave Jocelyn Lemieux. He stuck him pretty good, but Lemieux cross-checked him in the back from behind in the kidneys. And Probert really got upset, and as soon as Grimson saw what was happening, he came flying across the ice and ends up on the ice. Look at Lemieux. There's that slash to the kidneys. There's the chop by Probert. And Lemieux's trying to, here comes Grimson. Bang, stick up around the left side of the ear, and boom, what knocks him down? Left there. There was the right, I think, that KO'd him right there.
Capitalize now, right from the draw. Here's Probert taking a big swing at the Hawk player that goes down in the turtle. Stu Grimson trying to take a hit for the team, and he did. Probert, it looked like he might have landed a big right, and Grimson never took his gloves off, and Probert now costing the Red Wings. After making a good play to help set up the lead goal, he now heads to the box, and the Hawks to the power play, and Grimson has a big welt on his face already. 3-2 Wings. He got corked. Look at that. Look at his. Didn't get that welt, too.
Grimson went in the turtle, but Probert was just hammering away. Grimson still without the gloves or stick down, and then Probert tried to gouge his eyes out after with the left, with the fingers, as Grimson.
The first period. Now we got a strap off the play. Grimson drops the gloves with Probert. Probert and Grimson, and they're slugging it out, and Probert lands a couple, and now he's got Grimson dazed. Stu is trying to answer, and down he goes. Well, after Dennis Vial took on the top Hawk tough guys, it was only a matter of time before Bob Probert became involved, and he wanted to deliver a message himself.
He's not going to lose very many, but Grimson takes one, misses, and then Probert, they land a lot of punches either one. Probert gets the edge towards the end of it, but with two heavyweights going at it, and finally Probert knocks Grimson to the ice.
Here they go. Look out, baby. Look out, baby. Look at this. Oh, boy. My goodness. Oh, boy.
So now Probert gets involved. His first fight. Probert was anticipating the hit from Grimson, and then Graham came in. They got tied up along the boards. They had discussions, and then they finally dropped the gloves and take swings at each other, and not much damage as Grimson goes to the ice.
So Probert and Grimson will get coincidental penalty.
Grimson's going to go over to try to protect Lemieux. Probert shoves him down. They talk. Let's drop him square off. Bing, bang, boom. Away we go. 3 punches by Grimson. confrontation. Probert's waiting to get his one good lick in, and the two big boys are squared off by themselves, and everybody in this building's out of their seat. Well, Grimson threw a few, but he never landed any, and Probert never got a chance to throw one. Again, that jersey coming up over the top of Probert's head. Personally, I think it does them more damage than it does good because, yeah, there's too many guys in this league that are good fighters, and by the time the jersey gets off and he's free to go, you know, I really didn't think these two were going to fight. There goes Probert. Oh, he really got out there. Wow, look out, baby. Look out, Grimson's got the right loose, and Probert's jersey's hung up. But Probert drilled him, and then he hits him again, and down goes Grimson. Oh, did he ever smack Stu Grimson right out of the gate when he saw him go after Paul Coffey. He stroked him good.
Probert doesn't want to be finished yet. He's still trying to get it out.
Stu. He said, you're not going after Coffey. Woo, man. Grimson got loose for a couple of good punches. I don't know if he connected or not, but boy, Probert really whacked him right out of the gate. As he turned around and saw Grimson.
Yep, here we go. Let's get ready to rumble.
Here they go, two heavyweights. So you want to be in between these two guys right now, Tom? Look at that.
No.
They're squared off. They're throwing them from their ankles. Grimson's got him tied up. Probert comes right back. Holy smokes, you won't want to be in the middle of that.
Well, the linesmen, they're laying off of this now. They get in. Well,
some haymakers thrown there. I don't think a lot of damage done, but it was going to come. You knew it was going to come. We were down to 5 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the game. Grimson and Probert finally squared off.
Hadn't seen Grimson on the ice for a long while. Look at Scotty Blow, but he was almost amused by that.
It is
Stu Grimson, the ex-Blackhawk, and Bob Probert, the ex-Red Wing. Probert tried for a scoring uppercut. Grimson coming around with a right as well. This is not new to either of these guys.
Grimson changed hands there and caught Bob with an uppercut. There's Bob, who's been doing quite a bit of this lately. Last Saturday night, he had a big one up in Toronto with Ty Domi, and he caught Domi with a late right hand. Look at these two guys. Look at the jersey up over top. The league, Mike, is thinking about making it a rule that you have to tie your jersey down to your hockey pants, period. So nobody can pull a jersey up or pull it up.
12 here at home, and Probert and Grimson are going to go. Two heavyweights, and the right hand for both. Oh, big uppercut. Linesman on each side of the combatants as Grimson loses an edge, and quickly. Both linesmen, Thor Nelson and Dan Shakti, will separate. Well, Stu Grimson had to do a good job of selling that fight. Probert. And Grimson's a little upset. You can see that he got tagged early on. You know, it looked like Stu Grimson, right off the bat, seemed to lose his balance. And when he lost his balance, Nielsen and Stu Grimson comes over, and it's going to be Probert and Grimson. Oh boy, Probert missed with a big right hand, and now Stewie has his right hand free. This is only Bob Probert's third game of the year. Grimson's fifth. So they're well rested. Are they ever? That's what you're saying. Boy, these two guys may have been the preeminent heavyweights in the league at one time. And they are throwing bombs. Right now, Probert has that big right hand free, and you see the linesman holding up his hand saying, boys, that's enough. We'll be back with more NHL action right after this. Stay with us.
Here is Probert and Grimson.
And we'll have to keep an eye on this one, Bob. Not from the standpoint, I think, of punches. There was a collision. Probert ran into Grimson. And then Stu is the man who started to throw the punches first. We'll see Grimson go down. No punches really connecting. The reason I want to keep an eye, Bob, maybe the Kings get a big collision coming up right here between Grimson and Bob Probert. Now Grimson goes down and Probert gets him with a little bit of a cross-check right here. Watch the code of ethics though. Probert not ready. Grimson says, okay, I'll back off, give you a chance. And both guys get involved in the scrap. There was a collision, Bob, but you could see right there that Stu Grimson certainly was the first man.
We're going to scrap here.
Now the heavyweights are going
Probert
at
and
it.
Grimson. Probert and Grimson. And Grimson firing some shots into the helmetless head of Probert.
And Bob Probert will do this because he's kind of just waiting and waiting. Now, we'll see if he'll outweight Stu Grimson. Now Probert trying to get the swings going, but the right hand of Stu Grimson keeps going. And now with the jersey over the head of Bob Probert, the linesman elect to come in.
Well, that was no contest there.
Probert doesn't get involved as much.
Shoving in the corner now, Probert and Grimson wrestling one another. Grimson trying to get the right hand going. Threw a couple of short rights. He's got Probert's right arm tied up pretty well. Probert reaching, trying to tie up Grimson's right. Stu Grimson and Bob Probert. As Grimson grazing with a right now. Probert got in a short shot. And they wrestle one another to the ice.
You know, Pat, as this play developed through the neutral zone, if the referees wanted to avoid any of this, they would have called a penalty because Stu Grimson in this whole shift wanted to battle Bob Probert, and he laid a cross-check to the back of Bob Probert, almost knocked Probert to the ice. And this is in the neutral zone before they entered the Blackhawk zone and before the fight started. So there's no doubt in my mind that Stu Grimson was talking about Probert the whole shift and eventually got his wish and did get a couple in early. Not much after that, but a blatant cross-check around.
Yeah, this is the first time we fought. And I think this is game 2, game 3. And, you know, I didn't know what I was in for. And I was surprised to see how quick his jersey came off. So for me, it was just kind of doing anything I could to just disrupt the momentum of that right arm or the left arm, whatever he had chosen. And then I was almost like this rabbit puncher here because, you know, clearly the advantage is Proby with absolutely nothing to grab onto. So I was happy to just I got through that one, and that was my first experience with him, and I held my own, and I didn't get, you know, too badly banged up. So that one was an education. That was a bit of an education. He's just so darn skilled with both hands. He's just good. He's almost ambidextrous when he's fighting. He's equally, you know, right or left-handed, whatever's available.